In our previous class, we have talked about root system and the modification of root system. So today we are going to start the part which is above the ground level, that is shoot system. So what shoot system is? The part of the plant above the ground, they form a shoot system. Now what are different parts of the plant that are above the ground? They are stem, leaf, flower and fruits. We will discuss about these one by one in detail. So firstly we will start with stem. So firstly what stem is? It is the main part of the plant which holds leaf, flowers and fruits. This is the main part of the plant, you can say that. Fine. So now here you can see the stem. This stem holds leaf, it also holds fruits, fine, and it also leaves flowers. It also holds some flowers, fine. So it is having some different parts, you can say that. Firstly we will discuss that nodes. What nodes are? It is the point on the stem where leaves and branches arise. Fine. Where leaves and branches arise. This is the point which I am darkening, right? These points where the leaf and the stem is joined. The point at which the leaf and the stem is joined with the help of a branch. This is what? This is a branch, and that this is leaf and this is stem, and that point is known as node. What node is? It is the point on the stem. It is a point on the stem where leaves and branches arise. From where the branch arise, that point is called node. This is node, this is node and this is node. Fine. Second is internode. What internode is? It is the space between the two nodes. First node is this one and second node is this one. So the space between these two nodes is known as internode. Fine. It is known as internode. Here what is the space between two adjacent? Adjacent means next to other. ठीक है? Next to each other. एक दूसरे के पास. ये फर्स्ट है और ये सेकंड है. इन दोनों के बीच में जो स्पेस होगी उसको हम क्या बोलेंगे? Internode बोलेंगे. And that point is known as node. Fine. So this is the about the stem, that what stem is and what are the different points on the stem are known. One is node and second is internode. Now see the functions of stem. The stem show the two main kinds of functions. Two main functions are there. First one is support. The stems provide support to the plant. Fine. The stem only the stem is that part of the plant from which the support is being provided. So stem provides support to the plant and it also bears fruit, flower and leaf. The second function of the stem is transport. This is the very important function of the stem. So the stem transport water and nutrients from the roots to different parts of the plant. How? You know that what roots do? They absorb water and nutrients from the soil. Fine. They absorb. And what stem do? The stem transport. Fine. ट्रांसपोर्ट का मतलब होता है एक जगह से दूसरी जगह तक लेके जाना. रूट्स उसको एब्जॉर्ब करती हैं और स्टेम क्या करता है? उस वाटर और न्यूट्रिएंट को एक पार्ट से दूसरे पार्ट्स तक क्या करता है? लेके जाता है. फाइन. दिस इज द फर्स्ट फंक्शन. फाइन. नाउ व्हाट इज द सेकंड? दैट इज it also transports the food from leaf to the different parts of the plant. As you know that food is formed in the which part? That is in the leaf. So what stem do? What is the function of stem? Its stem क्या करता है? जो food leaf में बना है, that food which is formed in the leaf, it transport to the other parts. It transport to the other parts of the leaf. Means उसको फ्लावर तक, उसको फ्रूट तक, फ्रूट बनाने में या क्या उसको फ्लावर तक वो सारा फूड क्या है वो लेके जाता है. फाइन. दिस इज द फंक्शन ऑफ स्टेम. One is support and second is transport. Like roots, we have studied in roots that roots can modify to change their function. Same way, the stems can also be modified to perform some better functions. So now discuss some modifications of stem. Now we will study some modifications of the stem. Why modification is there? To perform better functions. So what are the modifications in stem? Let's see. The first modification of the stem is done due to the storage of food, because the stems want to store some extra food, and that extra food is stored in the stem. And that type of stems, they grow underground. Fine. That kind of stems, they are grown underground, and the shape of that stems is swollen, and the swollen stem, they store the excess food, right? The excess food is stored in the swollen stems, and there is some special names given to these kinds of stem. In sweet potato, that type of stem we call as tuber, and in a ginger we call it as rhizome. Fine. So in case of sweet potato and the ginger, the stems we call tuber and rhizome, and these stems are grown swollen and underground for the storage of food. The second modification is, that is, the stems, they modify to make food for the plants. If the stem want to make food for the plants, the stems, the shape of the stem modify, as you can see in the shape of cactus plant. Have you ever seen the cactus plant? Yes, their stem is some fleshy and it's leaf-like. It's supposed that it is a leaf, but actually it is a stem, and that stem is fleshy and it is leaf-like, and this is green in color. It means that contains chlorophyll. And what chlorophyll do? It helps to prepare the food for the plant. It means the stem of the cactus plant is preparing food for the plant, right? The next is, the stems modify, the structure of the stem is modified for the support of the plant, right? Some plants like grapes, passion fruit, right? Have you seen some little branches, right? That few thin branches, they are known as tendrils, right? उनकी शेप क्या होती है? जस्ट लाइक ऐसे 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 ऐसे, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल पतली पतली सी जो टेंड्रिल्स हैं, वो उनकी जो ब्रांचेस हैं वो क्या हो जाती है? मॉडिफाई हो जाती है ना, टेंड्रिल्स. Stem is modified into tendril. Fine. Why? Because these tendrils help the plant to take support from the nearby plant. Fine. If the nearby plant is there, they take the support from nearby plant. This you can also see in the example of grapes and passion fruits. So this why modification of stem is there. Modification of stem is there. Number 1, for the storage of food. Number 2, for making the food for plant. And number 3, that is for the support of plant.
Modification of the stem. Stems are modified for storing food, manufacturing food, providing support, and for defense. Food storage. In some plants, the entire stem remains underground and only the leaves and flowering shoots are seen above the ground. Such stems are important sources of food for human beings and animals. Some of the stem modifications for storing food are the following. Rhizome. Rhizome is a stem modification. This underground stem is generally thick, branched with nodes and internodes, and buds are present in it. Ginger, turmeric, and canna are examples of rhizomes. Tuber. Tubers are enlarged, roughly spherical-shaped stem modifications. They have numerous buds on their surface, which are commonly called eyes. Example, potato. Bulb. Sometimes the modified stem is highly condensed into a disc. Numerous scale leaves are present in it. Onion is an example of a bulb. Mechanical support. In certain plants like passion flower, buds present on the stem get modified into thin, wire-like leafless branch called tendril. It coils around any object near it and helps the plant to climb up. Food manufacturing. In certain desert plants like Apansia, cactus, the stem is thick, green and flat with nodes and internodes. The green stem performs all the functions of leaves. It manufactures food for the plant. The stem stores water for long, dry periods. The leaves are modified into spines which reduce the loss of water from the plant and also help in protection. Defense. Sometimes hard, pointed, sharp structures called spines or thorns are formed from buds on the stem to defend the plants from animals. These are organs of defense and are found in plants such as citrus and bougainvillea. In Duranta, a bud is modified into a hard, pointed thorn which acts as a defensive organ.